So, or are you looking for anything in particular?
My tastes, they are very varied, and I'm always looking for something new.
Oh, I have recommendations if you like.
Of course, I'm very interested in literature recommendations.
There's Zemnian Nights, very popular. There's The Enchanting Tryst for those who want more of a fantastical perspective. Scent of the Sea for the traveler who enjoys the perusal. That one is Outer Empire, so folks have varying interest. There's Tusk Love. That one's a little more saucy. Well, if you want something more gentle, something that's more of just a classic love story, we have God of My Heart. Shallow Breaths are a bit more body, and
I want to buy Tusk Love, please.
Right this way.
And then she walks away from us. I'm obviously here for a purpose, but I like historical fiction as well, and I like when the two things are combined. Do you know what I mean?
Sex and history.
She kind of leans in for a moment and gives you a look. Follow me. Now, when you say, now, define historical. What are your interests?
Well, I just like, historical fiction. I don't like shallow, smut. I like to learn something while I'm being titillated, I suppose.
Make a persuasion check.
Shirt's going back up.
Oh my god.
You made me do this, Leo.
I like to
That is
Edubation.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
It's been banned for the past 15 years, but I do have a couple of reclaimed copies of Courting of the Crick, if you'd be interested.
I'm very much interested in this and other books as well, but we will start with the Courting of the Crick.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I have the Tusk's Love too.
You go back and forth.
I read it and I keep looking at Fjord like,
Whoa.
and then go back to it.
I
assume it's about some sort of orc love.
It is actually. It deals with the union of a half orc and the daughter of a traveling merchant, as they meet they meet on the Ember Road up near Druvenlode, and it goes into a saucy union between the two, but they can't because what would the parents think? Yeah.
What's the name of the half orc?
Oskar. With a K. Oskar.
What you reading there, Jester?
Nothing, Oskar. Don't worry about it.
Oh man. Oh. And she goes, what are you trying? And Ulag goes, grabs towards his neck and leaps off the stairs towards her and attempts to tackle her.
We should just take off while
You
we
watch.
have it.
Yeah. He goes and she falls onto the ground and the landing of the spiral staircase. They both kind of slide a moment. You watch as she goes, what are you? And he kind of grabs and pulls that orangish bead that he had on his necklace and slams it into her mouth and holds it over.
Shit.
And there's a moment of tension before a flash of white, fiery, burning light explodes, a fireball sundering the interior of the staircase. You all have your ears ringing, the pain's there. The ones that are closest by would have been you, Caleb. I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw, please. Caleb goes unconscious onto the ground. As you guys all come to in the moment, you look down at the middle of the staircase. The walls are blackened. The staircase is currently in the process of burning. And down you see the twisted, gnarled corpses of both Ulag and the High Richter Prusine.
We have to get out of here.
We gotta go.
You hear,
Oh, I went
Just
out.
help me.
I
Against the
pressed
front
Caleb,
door.
and we went out
Caleb,
the
we
back
start
door.
backing up, yeah.
and you can see the Tri-Spires there. And in the direction, you see the mighty Zauber Spire of the Halls of Erudition there in the distance. and you see there this growing black spherical mass beginning to emerge from the side of the lower third of the tower. You watch as it expands, the whining gets louder and louder.
I'm going to take cover.
You hear this crack sound as the black sphere suddenly folds into nothing, and where it was, you see all the stone that made that part of the tower collapse, crush, and then stumble. The tower begins to slowly shift as you hear in the distance screams echoing around. The music stops, and the attention of the guards suddenly shift over from the banging door to the tower crumbling. You watch as the tower, suddenly there's a flash of blue light, and the tower stops, and you see a brief shift of a force field on the bottom that holds it in place, partially collapsed. And you see two figures take off from the top. You see two other figures leap out of the hole from where the explosion kind of weird black sphere was at the base of it, and leap down about 35, 40 feet below the tree line. And you see the two figures kind of begin coasting, flying through the air in the direction of where they were as bolts of energy start arcing out of their hands towards where those two other figures fell.
Go to the barkeep. Is Claudia awake?
Probably up in her office.
Okay. I go and knock on the door.
Okay.
Who is it?
It's me, Jester.
What do you want?
Claudia, when we were over at the gala, we saw things that were going on. It was crazy. A tower exploded, and then all hell broke loose. Did you know someone tried to steal my stuff?
I did not know that. My apologies.
Do you have maybe like a safe or something? Because I don't feel safe carrying around my jewelry anymore with me.
Not on me. Well, come back in the morning. I might have something for you.
Claudia, are you naked? Why won't you open this door?
Flush.
No, I'm busy at the moment.
Is everything okay?
Everything is just fine.
Claudia, blink once. Knock. Say you're not okay if you're not okay, because you sound weird.
I'm fine. Do not worry.
Okay. But you do have a safe I can put my jewelry in now?
It is currently in use, but I can swipe it out. How long do you need it for?
Well, I was just going to put it in my room for as long as we're here, if that's okay with you.
Okay, then come back in the morning. I will have it cleared out. And then
Okay.
it will be at use for you.
Are you having sex?
No,
Do you want me to come in? Are you okay?
I'm okay.
You sound really weird. I try the doorknob.
Okay, it's locked.
Cue the horror strings.
I've had this roommate.
I was gonna say, Jester's everyone's little sister when
Jester's
you're a
face
senior in high
pushes
school.
through the door.
I get down on my hands and knees and try to look. Can I look under
Make a
the
perception check with disadvantage because you are looking through a tiny little gap in the floor.
Whoa.
Okay, well, the first one was really good.
I'm not gonna get this.
Perception.
He didn't let me.
9.
Lollipop your head.
9. You see there's light in there, and you can see what would seem to be Claudia darting back and forth behind her desk, moving very rapidly and with haste, is like grabbing things and seems to be writing something feverishly. But you don't actually see her, you just see like the bottom feet moving back and forth.
Why are so many fucking people trying to skip town?
Shady man.
Claudia, what are you
Fuck.
doing?
She stops in space. I'm...
Is everything okay?
Everything's fine.
Did you see the tower explode?
I heard about it.
Can you let me in?
Make a persuasion check.
There should be an annoyance check. This is so great.
Give her advantage. Oh my god.
15.
15. The door opens up, and you can see Claudia looking as pristine as ever. Hair, makeup, everything done perfectly. Come in quickly. Closes the door, brings you inside. Anything else you guys require, or can you leave me to my my readings?
Positive about this.
What's your reading?
All right, so it's a collection of crazy tales about this weird fella.
What guy?
It's
The daring trials and tribulations of Sir Darrington. This guy's been all over the place. It's kind of wild. Wow.
Fiction or?
Oh, it's gotta be fiction. I mean, but it's good fiction.
Kidding me.
Well,
Okay.
Anyone else feel like they might benefit from these more than
I mean,
me?
anybody would, but
I think I'm pretty good with this.
My initiative bonus is 0. Just saying. No, you keep them.
Your initiative bonus is 0.
yeah, but you know, Beauregard really is the most capable fighter in this group at this moment in time. What? That's just the truth.
It is the truth.
Can you handle the truth?
Can you handle the truth?
I mean, I feel like Not might be able to do because I'm good with these two. If she had them.
Because
I defer to the wisdom of the group. We merely follow your expert wisdom.
Okay, I'm sensing some passive
Just say-
aggressive.
I
thank
am
you.
sincere.
Smile and
Little
say
passive-
thank. No, just say thank you. Not.
Thank you, Not.
Very
Very good, very good. Thank you. Thank you, Not.
What is that crazy expression? I saw your gums for a second. It was freaky.
Don't patronize me, Not.
All you need to know is
we're among.
the people from Xhorhas are dead now. Do you know people from Xhorhas?
I'm from Xhorhas.
What?
Parts of.
Who are you?
Wait, is that a beer?
Yes.
Parts of, but not probably not
You're
where
a
they were from. Well-
is it? Can I say crick? Is that okay? Do I have to be a
No,
crick to
I
say
would
it?
be.
The correct. Depends on who you're talking to.
I don't think I'm where they're from, but I'm more southern parts of Xhorhas. So
You're from that part of the world?
no, I don't know exactly where they were from. I don't know who they are. I don't know anything about them. So
Yeah, they came in trying to steal this beacon, this glowing beacon, which we still have, but they were mighty upset about it.
okay.
Caleb,
Black.
Yeah.
you want to do your? Read my mind.
I bring up, put on the goggles.
All right.
2 of the globules hover around the front of each boat. Or one at the front and one at the back of each boat.
All right. So as the orbs
So romantic, you
float
guys.
along.
You see
There across the wing.
She's got a giant sword, but who cares? You've got to ask her. Let's continue on. Which way do we want
let's
to
go
go?
down.
Yeah.
Usually scarier things are down.
I'm always a fan of going down.
More expensive things tend to be up, but I'm happy to start with down.
Gross.
What?
Super gross.
I didn't even catch that.
You have one setting. Not
Yeah,
sure.
we're gonna
Offensive.
we're gonna head downwards.
All right.
Fjord, you have a little something right here.
Did you shave?
Did you bite your lip?
Oh yeah, I fucking grind my teeth.
Oh, you should wear a bite
That's,
guard.
is that why? Is it a sleep thing? Is that?
No. Just to bid myself in my sleep. That's all.
Is that why what?
Is that why? Well, you know.
What?
Well, I don't want to say anything. I'm afraid it will offend him.
You can say it to me then.
I just, well, most of the half-orcs I've seen have bigger tusks. But it's okay, Fjord, if you don't have a big tusk. It's not a big deal.
Tusks. Right.
It's
yes,
totally
you-
fine.
Thank you.
You have smaller
Thank you,
tusks.
Jester.
Is
I
that an
appreciate
indication of other body
He
parts?
has no tusks, doesn't he? Have no tusks?
Do you have
We
anything
don't
there?
see
What do we?
them.
Do
We don't
you have
see them.
nubs? What are those?
Why don't you pull down your lower lip and show us what's going on in there for?
Yep. I'll pull down my lower lip.
What do we see? What do we see?
Does he have a cool lip tattoo?
You see
Oh, please no.
very short.
No.
You see very short, nubby teeth with scratches and divots and chips on the top.
On
of them.
all of the teeth, or
Just
just
on
on?
The tusks.
On these?
You had said that you did your own dental work at one point. Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Why?
Couldn't afford a root canal.
That would have been a better excuse. When I was younger, they used to make fun of my teeth.
Ooh.
And kids can be cruel, so I decided to take away the target that was most easily available for them.
Do you still feel the same way about your teeth?
Not necessarily. It just kind of became a habit.
So you have to continue to do it?
I'm sure I don't have to. It's kind of like people that chew their nails, I guess.
So they will always grow back, even if you...
They seem to be persistent.
How quickly do they come back?
Not super fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that why you have blood on your mouth? Were you filing your teeth last night?
No. I think I just bit my lip.
Well,
Did you do any other bod mod to yourself growing up?
Mod. No, I did not.
Did you, kill any of the children that made fun of you?
Children's are assholes.
No, I didn't have that sort of a streak in me then.
Yasha, did you kill any of your fellow children growing up?
Well, no, if you have to go, to battle, if you have a challenge, you kill somebody. Yeah.
if you kill them, then they're not really your friends, are they?
No.
Exactly.
I was a bit tougher than most of the other kids. I felt like I could take the physical poking, but the jeering,
The emotional
This
poking
is-
was too much.
This is many years
Yeah.
later, though. I can't imagine that any of us would even blink at tusks.
it's not even really that intentional. I'll just find myself kind of picking at them every once in a while.
Yeah, well, for many of us, our early days are always with us.
Yeah.
So I understand.
This is how you see yourself, right?
I think it's how I'd like to see myself.
It's how we see you.
But I think you would look fine either way, Fjord.
Yeah, we're too distracted with our own personal damage.
Right.
Yeah.
You saying I should let them grow out?
I'm just saying if you want to, you would look good that way as well. You look good this way, you would look good that way.
Co-signed.
All right, fair. How about you see me picking at them or chipping at them or any of that shit, and you just say the word and I'll stop.
Okay.
Okay.
Why were you talking about your mom and your dad, though? Was that a weird question? Should I not ask that?
I mean,
Was that- was
it
it-
was on my mind, but I wasn't going to bring it up.
Well, what do you mean?
You said, Mom and Dad, I hope that they make you proud.
Oh, don't disappoint me.
And I don't disappoint you and stuff. And also, gee whiz, I should probably take baths more often.
That was not that part.
We were going to say that, and then the gray thing went into you.
Okay.
And you said, oh, I wish I could share my problems with my friends.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. I remember hearing that part.
You guys. And what? That is a very common sentiment. Isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
If you ever want to talk about it, you can just come to us.
Good to know.
We're super good at talking, both of us.
That is true. For both of you.
I kind of grab Yasha behind, on the small of her back. I kind of walk her up to the window, and I'm like, yeah, and there's actually a really great view.
They both immediately
of,
stop and turn over.
If you
look at you.
So I can't even imagine the beauty.
Right? Isn't it? It's just such a great view. Over there is the Cobalt Soul.
Pardon me, can we help you?
Cobalt.
And you glance over and you can see Oremid at first glance squat, maybe like 5'3", but a wide body. It's like Wolverine proportions. Very, very like dark, ruddy brown skin with eyes that are black like obsidian, that kind of almost sparkle when you look at them. The hair is very short and curled, and there's this kind of very, very strongly inset dimple wrinkle when he smiles with these kind of teeth that are almost a dull gray in color. There's something not quite human about him, but also very welcoming. As he turns towards you, there's almost like a bit of dust kind of just is loosened from the edges of his ears, kind of just almost like it's a strange phenomenon. But these long kind of reddish gold robes, his arms are kind of folded in the sleeves where you can't see them.
I apologize. We're taking time away from the window.
And the other gentleman turns towards you. You can see now very close. And older gentleman, probably like 70s or so, skin slightly kind of jaundiced or yellowed in color versus the usual pigmentation here. He seems to bald on top, but like kind of longer gray-white hair that goes past the shoulders, the same white and gold robes. He smiles, but he looks like he's not enjoying the pleasantries of the space, but then puts on a face immediately as soon as he notices your arrival and just gives a nod.
I recognize both of you. You were part of this this fight earlier, the Mighty Nine, correct?
We were. You're. I recognize you too. I feel like we've met before. Maybe at a gala previously.
It's possible. I do not recall. But if so, it is good to see you again. I'm sorry. Beau, I am Oremid Haas. I am the headmaster of the Halls of Erudition. This is my compatriot, Master Trent Ikithon.
Trent
Ikithon.
Trent Ikithon.
Sure it is.
And he turns and goes,
It is a pleasure to meet you. I saw what you did today as well, and it was a very majestic display of skills. Quite.
Thank you very much.
Majestic is my middle name.
So Queen Dynasty, do you, they are from northern Xhorhas? Yeah.
That is correct.
He kind of gives you a look over, like he's inspecting you with a very, very rapid and very detailed intake of your features. And he goes, "Where are you from, if I might ask?"
Abort.
I am from
Where did you grow up?
Xhorhas.
And how long have you lived here on the Empire?
Not very long. About, let's see. Like, maybe like 8 months or something.
Oh, that doesn't look good. That does not look good. No.
But
Fascinating.
She traveled and has helped.
Trent isn't even looking at you. He's just completely focused on
but
Yasha.
I travel. I left. I chose not to live there anymore. So.
Why did you leave?
I just, it's not a great place to live. It's awful. It's marsh and it's not a comfortable place to live.
Make a wisdom saving throw for me real fast.
What's 7?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Negative.
As you're talking, it's weird. Like he's staring at you, but for a moment you feel like almost like there's an illusion over his mouth and his fingers. They're still not moving, but it's almost like your eyes catch something shifting unseen beneath him, almost like you've layered 2 images over each other for a brief second, and then they're gone. And he goes, "Huh. Well, very happy to have you fighting on our side."
Yes, I most definitely am. I can assure you I don't, stand for anything bad from the Xhorhas, and I am here to help.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And maintain that, please.
Okay.
You and your friends seem to be very helpful, and a lot of help may be needed. And should you ever stray from that path,
It has been a pleasure. Yasha.
Yes, that's me.
And he reaches out and shakes your hand once more. I would like very much to talk to you sometime in the future. You're intriguing.
Well, you see, you have to go through me because I'm her booker. So, that's actually a conversation that, you know, me and you and the rest of Mighty Nine can have.
You're Cobalt Soul, aren't you? And Oremid goes, please stop this interrogation. I apologize. My friend is very
No, I am
studious.
Cobalt Soul. Yeah.
Well,
Super proud of the work we're doing over there.
you've done much great work and have aided us on many occasions.
And everyone at the Cobalt Soul feels the same about you all at the halls of erudition.
Oremid Haas is actually laughing. He goes, look, I
Snort's a good touch.
I know that
I really.
Question, Oremid. The Cobalt Soul's been talking about moving to the front line. Do you have any idea if we're gonna get the same support from the Hall of Erudition? You know, just because I know you're a fan of our work, and we're just such a mutual fan of
to
yours.
the front line of what?
You know,
We train a good number of war mages, yes. And some of our finest will be present at Blade Garden and beyond. Should things escalate any further, I'm sure a number of our circle will also join where is necessary.
Beautiful.
You have my word and the word of the Assembly.
Cobalt Soul's got your back too.
but to be clear, do you know what you're fighting?
They both kind of have a knowing look at each other and look back to you, and Trent presses forward. We have been studying for quite some time, as is the nature of protecting our people here, yes, but there are still many mysteries beyond the boundaries. Why, is there something you know that we don't?
If you're fighting, I just wanted to know if you are fighting the Kreen.
Very much so. They've killed many of our people. The skies to the east darken, and we'd want to keep that darkness from spreading. We wish the sun to continue to rise on this empire, and currently it is not over the Ashkeeper Peaks.
But I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. If you're ever near Rexentrim, find me. I would like to continue this conversation.
Okay.
I am going to tell you the story of how I murdered my mother and father.
Oh.
When I was younger, I grew up in a small township outside of Rexentrum called Blumenthal. My mother's name was Una. My father's name was Leofric. When I was a young man, adolescent really, they found 3 of us. Another boy and a girl, and
From your town?
yeah, from Blumenthal. And we were accepted. A little over a year of learning all they had to impart. I met a man named Trent Ickathon. He became our teacher. Trent handpicked all 3 of us again. And we left the school proper and went with him to a home out in the countryside where he trained us. And it was a good time. We believed in the empire. We were going to keep it strong. He was cruel. He hurt us a lot. Made us go through extreme circumstances. But we got strong. I also fell in love, but that's another story.
One of the other students.
So we rose through the ranks, and it was the Empire over all, and eventually he wanted to test our allegiance, and so strangers were brought in, traitors. Disgusting people, traitors to this empire, and we killed them.
You just
What?
Students?
He made you
We wanted.
executioners.
We wanted to be.
Caleb, that's deeply fucked up. You know that, right?
Yeah. I'm getting ahead of myself. You know, I went home. I went on a trip home and visited my parents. And when I was there in the middle of the night, I awoke and overheard them talking and went to the stair and listened to them talk about revolution and tearing the empire down. And I felt disgraced and shame for my family, my mother and my father, who were so wonderful to me when I was a child and were so happy for me to go to the academy and believed in the empire so much. And I went back to the school, and when the three of us were summoned and told what was expected of us, I knew what had to be done. And we went to this other boy's home first, Eodwulf, and we stood by as he killed his parents, and we went to Astrid's house and had dinner with them, and she poisoned them. And then we went to my home and we grabbed a horse cart and in the middle of the night placed it against the door to the home, and I set it on fire.
And you had to do this to graduate. To prove your loyalty.
Well, yeah, but it didn't exactly go according to that plan, because as soon as I heard my mother and father screaming inside, I was so sure, until I wasn't, and I broke a bit. I went to an asylum for a number of years. I broke. I broke. And I don't remember so well what happened to me there. It was quite a number of years. And years later, a woman was there. And she, another patient, and she put hands on me. And she took the clouds away. She took it all away. And not just my madness, but the fake memories that Ikithon put in my head of my parents.
Fake memories?
Wanting to, but yes. Yes.
Wait, that was a false memory? He tricked you?
Into hearing their talks against the Empire. Is
Yes.
that what it was?
Yes. Yes, but it doesn't matter because I still wanted to do it when I did it.
But you didn't know what you were doing.
So what?
You were brainwashed.
So what?
Programmed.
Doesn't matter. I should have. I'm a disgusting person. It doesn't matter.
So, I would really like to get into that library because I would...
Like to run again.
No, no. No, I like you all.
You were just talking with Nod about running tomorrow.
Well, that all depends on you, Beauregard.
If I don't let you in?
And if you can keep a secret.
Caleb, I'm good at keeping secrets. You heard us talking to Trent. You know he wants Yasha. And you're the only person who knows the atrocities that this man, who utterly gave me the creeps, by the way, so I'm feeling a little bit validated in the fact that I think I, read him pretty well.
I don't think it's...
Anyway.
I'm just saying, you have a responsibility now.
Which is?
Keep this guy from hurting more people.
Well, that's precisely why I want into this library.
You want to take down Trent? Is that why you're doing all this? You want to take down Trent?
Among other things.
What are you hoping to find?
Anybody can make lights. Anybody could send a message through a wire. I want to bend reality to my will.
Caleb. You don't, though. No one wants that amount of power and responsibility.
Yeah, well, I told you why I am afraid of fire.
You did?
So you are going to bring me to that library.
Don't worry, I'll take you to the library. There are two options here. You could selfishly try and go after this guy for your own vendetta. Or you can use your motives to keep others from getting hurt. A very similar way.
Both of those are appealing to me.
All right.
I'll take second watch.
All
I'll
right.
take second watch as well.
Okay.
Perception check at disadvantage.
Uneventful.
Huddle together, for like warmth, body warmth.
Sure, but I mean, Frumpkin is making me
Oh,
so warm.
No, yeah. No, I'm good.
I have like a very warm shawl too.
Yeah.
But do you want my...
No, my robe is good. It's thin, but it's like, it's like high thread count,
Okay.
It's very good.
Yeah. Well, this is as far as I've ever been,
In terms of...
Just like, and here, I mean, I've only been to Xhorhas and Zadash, So
How long since you left Xhorhas? Did you grow up there? That's a better question. Take that one.
I did grow up in Xhorhas.
Yeah?
Yeah. I did grow up there, but I left there, I think it was about... 8 months ago. Yeah, I think it was about 8 months ago. Yeah, from what I can remember. But, yeah, so all of this is still very, very new, And I like this stuff. grass and things, you know.
You appreciate grass?
I think so. I mean, it's a much softer ground to sit on, you know, instead of like a marshy, sandy.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well,
what was your favorite part about Zadash? Xhorhas. Fuck. Xhorhas?
I don't know if I had a favorite part.
Is it that bad?
Well, I mean, it's all I know, but it's probably not the best place to grow up now that I'm seeing everything else, you know? And I think sometimes I wish maybe it was a little different.
Do you still have that, like, this is home connection with it, though? No.
Yes. I think I will always have that.
That's nice.
Well,
I hope to see it someday.
I don't know if you're going to be that impressed by it, but maybe you will like it.
Can see your breath.
Yeah. Well, I wonder, I mean, I wonder if anyone else, I think, is our time up, or?
I think so.
Okay, and with that,
Oh.
if I could have everybody leave the table
Sorry,
except for
yeah.
Yasha, please.
What?
Oh, shit.
The storm.
Yasha was
There's a flash of light, the sound of thunder, and there's a vision, a memory. People all around you, but faced away. People you know, people you grew up with, but all looking the opposite direction. It fades to dark. There's another flash, and you've pushed through them, and you see an elevated piece of ground, the central rock, in the shape of a figure, though you can't see it. It's obscured by the low light. You do know who that shape is. It goes to dark. And it stays dark for a while, to the point where you are longing for that next vision, clamoring for it. And you feel this like searing pain burning up each of your arms. You look down but can see nothing except for flames curling up the side. Dull, bluish purple flames that create the outline of your forearms. It burns up to the tips of your fingers. Flash once more. And around you are just bodies. Creatures. People, children, monsters, dozens and dozens of corpses carved and torn asunder, and where you saw the blue flame up your arm, you just see blood, dripping, fresh, crimson. Onto the ground, the only sound you hear. The vision fades to darkness once more. Another blast, and there you see it. The ruined statue. The one beacon of nameless hope that pulled you out of that darkness. Missing part of its torso, the head mostly cleaved. A kilter, the land seemingly ejecting the presence of what this statue represents. Your eyes look down and focus at the base. And as the vision begins to fade to black once more, your eyes focus on that single disc, the 4 bolts of lightning. Darkness takes you once more. The next flash hits, and you're just walking Your lips are parched. Your muscles ache. You look over your shoulder, and you see before you the memory of the land you grew up. The wastes beyond the central swamp of Xhorhas. But it is crawling with thousands and thousands of worms. At this perspective, it looks like it's so small. But for these worms to be where they are, they would be so immense at this distance. The perspective is almost dizzying, and you look away, and you glance up back at that mountain. And in spite of that pain, you continue to push. The vision fades. And this time the darkness lingers. And the confusion wells in. The desperation for something. It's not fair. It's not fair to be given just a few glimpses and no opportunity, no chance. How do you make this right? What do you make right? What did you do? What is there? One final, loud, shattering, shaking flash of light and rolling thunder brings to you one singular vision of a figure in the dark center of a storm cloud swirling. The wind buffets your shoulders with freezing air. You feel your hair being whipped and thrown around your face, stinging as it slaps against your cheeks and eyes. The same figure, that statue that had pulled you from the darkness once before, stands made of the same roaring and roiling clouds and rain and wind, stepping out of the sky towards you. You can see the muscle-bound form, the gray flesh, formless yet solid, as it steps down like a titan from the sky. The foot lands, but a quarter mile from where you stand, but the impact causes the ground beneath you to quake. And you strangely feel comfort. You can't look away from this figure. As the hand comes down and gently rests on the ground before you, before it turns upward to a palm. And a sourceless voice comes into your head. A voice you've never heard. For all that you've chased this mystery, what this beacon is, this is the first time you've heard a voice through this imagery. And all it says is, you walk the right path. Be strong. Don't forget who you were, and decide who you will become. In a bit, you manage to pull and find leverage and grab onto some of the heavy vines on the side, and you manage to pull this creature out from the bog until eventually it gets its legs free. And as it kind of pulls its way up to the top, it kind of begins to shrug off the thick bog slop that was keeping it stuck there in the center of the opening.
It is a bird person.
Right? Can you understand us?
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Do you live around here?
Do you live around here?
Oh.
It's like a, whoa.
Mockingjay.
What is your name?
Maybe it was
Are you
separated from its parents. or
Maybe
something.
are you an adult or are you a kid?
A kid.
I pull out my journal.
I've got a theory.
Maybe he only repeats what we say.
And begins to write into the book. And shows it to you, and it says, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome so much. How old are you? What's your name?
It says 4. The number 4. The name is Kiri.
Kiri. Kiri.
Kiri.
Kiri, you're 4 years old? That's so wonderful.
What were you doing here? What is this place?
And just like begins writing out an extended statement in the paper.
We've got to get into his family.
Do you know where they are heading?
To him?
Oh, I don't know. Are you a boy?
A boy bird or a girl bird or just a bird?
A word bird.
Girl.
Girl bird. Kiri.
Word.
Oh no. How many sisters do you have?
Puts up 4 fingers.
Ah!
Long, kind of exaggerated, feathered fingertips.
I was thinking.
Writes on the page, spins it around. It says, "Nowhere to go. Can I come with you?"
All right, here's your gold. All of us pull together. Now go sing your song. Wait, shake my hand because
You said it.
Yeah.
it's really important to shake when you make a deal.
You're
and
us-
look me in the eye.
This is the one I can wonder.
Both. Okay.
Make it a good one. When we all know the words to. Want to sing along? I yell at him as he walks away.
Slinks over.
Yeah.
The stage is only partially up, and then 2 guys just go, "Just a moment." Like, fuck off. He's, "Just a fucking moment." Just one. Like, fucking hell, Febron, seriously? They step back, cross their arms, and he kind of gets up on the stage.
Margaritaville!
Looks at the pouch of coins.
Stairway to heaven!
All the sailors say, "Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you can be." But my life is my lady is the sea.
He delivered.
Fjord knows this one.
Damn. Now get a drink. And he goes back towards the bar.
Hey, Jester.
Yeah.
What do you think Captain Max Dung, whatever his name was, Maximilian meant by, like, "I'll see you again"?
I think he was, saying something that, like, cute guys sometimes say those kind of things.
You know, like, ooh, I hope our paths cross again someday.
And then later on in the book, you run into him again, and he remembers you.
And you're like, ooh, that's Captain
And then
Max.
he takes off his helmet this time, and you see that he's got the most fabulous hair that like blows in the
Oh
wind.
man, you're like, I never knew he had such luscious locks.
Yeah.
think
Captain
that's-
Maximilian is probably like that.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Do you think he had the hots for any one of us? Do you think that's why he said this? Like,
He
I wanna
probably had
see
the
you
hots for
again.
you, Beau.
I think he had the hots for you.
Well, no, probably not.
I mean,
Maybe it was Yasha.
come on. Maybe it was Josh. Maybe he was like, ooh, I'm a captain.
Maybe it was.
Ooh, I'm a captain.
Have you ever read
She does a good job.
Tusk Love? Kiri.
Oh no.
You know what? Maybe Kiri shouldn't read Tusk Love just yet. Kiri, how old are your parents? You don't know how old they are? How old are you compared to most people that are like you? I think that means she's pretty young.
Yeah. Kiri, where do babies come from? She doesn't know what the hell we're talking about.
Yes, she does.
Where do babies come from?
Your voice is very low, but
Is that how I
you
sound?
kind of do sound like that.
Wow. I have a lot to reevaluate.
That's some nuts on there.
Gotta think about some things. We should go to sleep.
Hanging brain.
Okay. I'm going to just spend the evening telling Kiri basically the story of Tusk Love.
Oh, God.
But she doesn't have to read it. I can leave out the
history.
really dirty bits.
I fall asleep like 20 minutes in, just kind of
And I
drooling a
tell
little.
about
Kiri is just
Oskar.
enthralled.
It's the most beautiful love story you've ever heard in your entire life, basically. Yeah. Yeah.
The door closes in the chamber.
Oh.
Hello.
I start pushing the bed up against the door.
Interesting. Right, okay.
So it's like taking his like linen shirt on, it's like stained and
No, what? You could sleep with your clothes on.
I can, but it's not as comfortable.
I throw him a pillow.
All right, you first.
I'm sleeping in the bed.
Yeah, me too.
No, you didn't pay for this room.
May I sleep in the bed?
You won't fit in the bed with me. I am very big.
Let's try.
Let's not.
there you go. He lays down in the somewhat slightly waterlogged floor, kind of takes the pillow and bundles it up in the corner of the room and lays down into it. There's you have a little oil lamp in there you can put out.
I'm gonna leave it on.
Okay.
Leave that shit on.
Sit up against the bed.
All right.